Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. My guest today is Dr. John Schmidt. I want to thank you for joining me here today.
Thank you, Aaron.
And first off, thank you for joining me, but welcome back to Troy University. A lot of people have known your past here. You stepped out of retirement to come back and fill a position that you once held many, many years ago. So kind of just talk about your return to campus and kind of first off, what brought you back?
Well, first of all, it's good to be back home again, like the old John Denver song says. It's good to be back among family, because truly Troy is family, and I love this university. I love the community, so it really is good to be back home. But yeah, I was enjoying retirement for about the last 5 years or so, and then Dr. Hawkins has a persuasive way about him, and he just asked if I would consider coming back, and certainly when a good friend asks you to do that, you say yes.
You say yes.
Yeah.
And coming back to student services, now the last position you held before retirement was in the advancement.
In the advancement area.
But this is a position that you've held once before.
Sure.
So what about student services makes you want to come back and do it?
Yeah, you know, when I was here a long time ago, goes back to 1994, so you can do the math. I sat in one of these staff meetings, and I had just retired out of the Marine Corps, and so as I listened to these lofty discussions, I boiled it down to 6 words. What does it mean to students? And it being the operative word, being facilities, being budget, being registration, whatever it might be, it being the operative word, what does it mean to students? And I took that, and it really has never left me all the 20 years I was here, and even coming back into this position now. Really, everything we do centers on students. We wouldn't be here if we didn't have students. So I really have looked at that in my positions at the university, being the student advocate. Is there a way we can make a decision that benefits the students that are here?
And does that past experience in student services, is that obviously helping you at this point now that you made the return?
Yes, except there's a lot, it's a different dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
The university, like society, is changing. The dynamic we have today is there's a lot more competition for enrollments. A case in point being, we were the pioneer. Troy University was a pioneer in online education. Alabama and Auburn didn't have anything to do with it. Now everybody's in online education. So that's a dynamic that's out there. Our high school population in the state is dwindled. More competition for fewer students. And so really the enrollment piece is a really challenging, but I look at things as an opportunity.
Oh yeah, opportunities and challenges. And then you talk about getting the students here, but now once they're here, what are some of the things that you see that maybe you and the university could be working on to make things a little bit better, or are things good the way they are?
No, status quo is never good.
Okay.
And I would say that a couple things. One, having a Student Success Center is a big plus. The question I think becomes, and Dr. Fulmer and I have talked, should all freshmen go through the Student Success Center? I don't know. That's a question that's out there. And another thing that I thought about, again, what does it mean to students theme? We recruit these students from all across the state and really all across the world because of the international component. So I've asked our enrollment folks to say, okay, after 8 weeks of student being here, how about recruiters writing a little note or writing an email back to the student saying, how are things going? We're just checking up on you. I recruited you here, but we just want to know in the last 8 weeks, are things going satisfactory? Doesn't cost us anything, just a kind of a tug at their strings.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just those little things of family and caring that makes a difference for this university. But I'm going to think of other things such as that, and it's not just me. We've got a great staff that cares.
And a lot of people, academics, obviously at a university is one of the things that the priority, but that the student services offers that a little extra, that retention factor, the quality of life for the students here. And I know retention is one of those big factors in making sure you keep the students here. So how important is student services in making sure that students are happy and want to continue their education for 4 years?
That's, in fact, I mentioned recruitment, but you're emphasizing retention. You're absolutely right, because once you get them here, you want to keep them here. And so some of the quality of life things that we're looking at is and I've not got a chance to really discuss with the staff, is what are those activities that we can have to engage the students? Dr. Fulman over there has a community service component is that something that interests students, and how do we get them more involved in that? How do we get them involved in campus life? Football is a great attraction, and do we get them out there to the stadium and being part of the Trojan family that way? So there's a whole bunch of other things that I need to talk with staff about for looking at the quality of life, because you're absolutely right, the quality of life, and also what happens in the classroom. What happens in the classroom is very important. The professor could say, Mr. Jones, I noticed you weren't in class yesterday. It could be just a little nudge like that that says, oh, I need to be in class because Dr. So-and-so recognized I wasn't there. So it's those small things that I think helps retain our students. Doesn't cost a lot, doesn't cost anything except for caring.
All right. Well, welcome back to Troy. Here is working with Student Services, and here's hoping that you find some of those answers you're looking for here on the second time around. Thanks for joining us.
It's
today.
great being back home. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk. Perfect.
That was 6 minutes.
Yes, it goes by fast, doesn't it?
Man.